So good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the next lecture held by Croatian lawyer Sonja Prstec. Welcome, Sonja. Welcome in Pearl-Polis. I think. So Sonja came from Croatia, as said, and she, during the last 3 years, Sonja collaborated with Liberland and BITNATION projects. I think both of the projects are well known on this platform, both repeatedly presented. So I will not go in detail in this, but what is Sonja going to present is her set of experiences with those two projects, experiences with creating a parallel legal ecosystem that is not based on the state law. So thanks once again, Sonja, that you came, and now you can start. Thanks.
Hello, everyone. As you will see in the background, this will be a pitch deck from BITNATION. My topic will not actually be that I will be focusing, but the slides will go automatically, so you can follow and read. And if you have any questions, I will do my best to answer to my knowledge. So as I have been announced, I've been working with Liberland for 3 years and with BITNATION for last 14 months. Yesterday I decided to give my position as Chief Legal Officer in BITNATION, so I will try to just explain what is my experience so far in both of the projects. So in 2015, I applied for Liberland when I read in newspapers. I was interested in the topic, and I saw that they're searching for legal help, and as a volunteer I offered to do whatever it's possible to get this project move forward. But we had, as you probably know, a lot of problems with Croatian authorities. And I had a lot of court cases. Approximately 50 people was arrested, and they end up in prison. And so I had to prepare their defense. And from that on, now in the following years, we are taking...
Before nations, before borders, there was the Pangaea supercontinent. Since then, the world has been divided by tectonic shifts, widening oceans,
let's hear this
and
first.
Politics. Nation-states are crumbling under the weight of local and global challenges that they seem incapable of solving. Rather than embracing a borderless world and increasing personal freedoms, governments and multilateral organizations have overseen a surge in bureaucracy, protectionism, and ever greater intrusions into our personal lives. To prevent a drift towards tyranny, we need drastic change. Pangaea is BITNATION's decentralized jurisdiction platform. Using Pangaea, you can build voluntary nations, agree contracts, and resolve disputes with other citizens, and access the services you need. This is our vision of jurisdiction as a service, a global market for governance services. The Pangaea Arbitration Token, or PAT, is an Ethereum-based in-app token that powers the Pangaea platform. When you create a contract, complete a contract, or resolve a dispute on Pangaea, you receive non-tradable reputation tokens through Lucy, our AI bot. Accumulating reputation tokens earns you tradable PAT tokens. This ensures that you can't buy a good reputation or acquire it through popularity, but if you earn one, you will be rewarded. Imagine a world where people can freely choose which voluntary nations and jurisdictions they want to be part of. A world where voluntary nations offer a choice of services under their own laws and policies and compete for citizens in a free market that rewards good governance. You too can be part of the future of governance by joining the Pangaea token sale. Welcome to the Internet of Sovereignty. Welcome to Pangaea.
We will come back to BITNATION a little bit later. So as I started with Liberland, and in the first year, as I already said, that people were fined, and there was a Liberland Settlement Association supported by Bitcoin Switzerland, and they were organizing actually that people were intentionally trying to enter Liberland from different sides, some of them from the land side, and some of them from the Nubi River. But anyhow, we tried to approach territory, people were ended up in prison. And my role was that I challenged the court decisions, and in the following year, the court, of course, didn't accept our defense, and they just confirmed the decisions. And now, after 3 years, we came to the final stage before Constitutional Court. And even though they were supposed to decide in February this year, according to Croatian regulations, they still didn't bring any decision, and we cannot influence Constitutional Court. It is a very hard political question, because actually a territory of Liberland is a dispute between Croatia and Serbia for the last 26 years. But there is a lot of legal questions that arise in this case, and that was somehow contradictory, because when people would be coming from the land side, then they were charged that they illegally entered Serbia. And when they would come to the very same point from Danube River, then they were charged that they illegally entered Croatia. So based on this, very same territory was at the same time Croatia and Serbia. So we asked court to define which country is it, and we are still waiting for the answer. But tomorrow Vit will have his presentation, what is the progress with Liberland overall, besides the legal fight that we are having. As you have seen our presentation, this is for BitNation. This is part of the pitch deck that was used in the last year, because BitNation joined this overall tokenization hype, and we ran token sale during last year and partially this year as well, which was not so successful as many projects, but as you know, this year in April, Ether has dropped significantly, and then somehow also it did influence the funds that we raised, though as I'm in general advising a lot of different projects for the token sale, we can see really that there is a lot of scams and a lot of projects that somehow do collect money just putting whatever on blockchain. And even it seems that even vegetables on blockchain, which collected 11 millions, is something that interests people more than thinking about having some kind of alternative governance models. We have been criticized from many people that it is a utopian project, and of course it's very ambitious to think that technology can replace governments. But here we are, and there is a big team working on it to test and somehow explore if technology is viable enough to replace governments completely. As we are hoping that at certain point it can be spreaded more to some kind of mass adoption long term. But for now, I still think that people maybe are not mentally yet ready to accept that this could be some kind of solution to run their own life. And questions that they're asking, like, so what can Pangea do for me and my existence, my relations with any kind of services, and different answers and different user cases, of course, can be made, because we are all using technology on daily basis for different stuff. And maybe we just have to open ourselves more to the idea that you really can do contracts with people, that you can solve disputes, that you can have completely crypto transactions and smart contracts, and that you can even have marriage certificates or birth or whatever you want to do, whatever now government is providing to you, that you can have much more user-friendly in a way. One of our assignments from me and my partner, who was also part of a legal team of BitNation, was that we actually challenge existing jurisdictions with such actions, so that, for instance, if we make blockchain marriage, that you come to the regular tax office and that you ask for tax deductions, and to see what will they say. Of course, I don't expect that it will happen overnight, that they accept it. But if you are not asking questions, if you are not trying to do it and to enter technology into these systems, it will never happen. And this is, I think, one of the main ideas that why Suzanne initiated this project 3 years ago. I don't know how much actually you know about our progress. Now, within last year, developers have built an application, which is still on the test flight in Apple Store and in a Google Play Store. And we have every 3 weeks adding new functionalities. For now, you can register your nation and you can join people to your nation. And soon you will be able to have some group chats and already a few smart contracts with the escrow that you can do with people. And in the following year, they plan to build arbitration systems and to create network of arbitrators. So I'm inviting people who don't know about BitNation to read a little bit more, and everyone is invited to join project in any way, especially since a few of us left project last week, so there is an open position for Chief Technology Officer, Chief Marketing Officer, Chief Legal Officer, and Chief Software Architect. So just that you know that you can spread that if people are interested to join and build BitNation until we reached it so far. If anyone has any questions, I'm willing to answer.
Thank you. I have one. I would like to ask you what are the experiences and how far is the development of dispute resolution system and in both in Liberland and BitNation, and how far are you with the architecture of legal and software implementation, and how far are you with the real practical experiences with some real disputes that appeared, and if there were some?
No, the apps are not at this stage of development yet. Maybe there is now 6 months of full-time work on it, and it's slowly developing because with Web 3.0, of course, it's not so easy, and there is a lot of experimental in coding, and but we have 20 people who are working full-time on this, and I expect that maybe next year we can see arbitration model here.
What will be, how it will be based, what will be the architecture of the arbitration model? What is the inspiration for that?
Well, it is a template for a smart contract which will have the clause inside that you choose that from the list of arbitrators that will be able to register on Pangea, and that at the beginning of when you are creating contracts with people, that in case of disputes that you choose certain person that will solve your dispute.
Thank you. There is space for your questions, please.
Hi.
Hello.
So, do you have to? Is like how privacy goes with BitNation, with conflicts, with arbitration? Because if it's all completely private and anonymous, then you don't know if the arbitrator is the same person that has the conflict.
Yes, we had a lot of discussion about anonymous arbitrators and how can they be incentivized that they don't fool the system. But this is why the Pangea arbitration token was created, so that you cannot buy these tokens, you can earn them by resolving disputes properly. In a way, it's a model that functions like we see it now on eBay or Amazon for buyers and sellers.
Thanks. Another question?
Early in the talk, you mentioned the difficulty of people who had refugee status or stateless status trying to cross borders. In creating these virtual nations, is there a way to empower people to be able to move geographically more easily?
Well, we have also developed the passport program, which is for now in a first stage of development as diplomatic passports, which are completely compliant with Vienna Convention on diplomacy. And maybe in the next period we will create a program, I mean, people who will take over the legal department, how to bring it closer to the organizations like UN, who can give certain status of maybe laissez-faire so that people can use it for travel or at least to be treated as diplomats when they're trying to cross the border. But we don't know what will be the reactions. Of course, it depends on different jurisdictions and different countries. We would at least like that it comes to this level that is recognized as laissez-faire in first stage.
Other question, please?
Thank you for the talk. Are you familiar with Kleros? It's a
Yes.
dispute on Ethereum. Are you planning to integrate that, or what's the main differences with your dispute resolution system?
Well, there were certain discussions with Kleros, maybe that they will develop on Pangea as DApp, because Pangea is a platform for dApps and anyone can build their own DApp and put it inside of Pangea to be available. The main difference, I think, with Kleros model is with this jury. So we have arbitrator, which is like that you choose it, and I don't know how in Kleros they're actually defining the jury, which will be helping you to solve the dispute. But probably there are a lot of similarities in the project. I don't know how far did they come. They just also finished ICO a few months ago, and how far are they with the development of the application?
Thank you. We still have plenty of time, so you can ask. Please raise your hand if you have any other question. If not, you can reach Sonja afterwards, of course, personally. I would like to thank you for your presentation, and thank you that you came and participated on our Congress.
And thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. Since you got quite a lot of time, this presentation was shorter. I strongly recommend you to take a look at this special cinema that is in this black igloo. And other presentation starts in 40 minutes here.